as you come in. Hit the like button. Man, they giving them 150,000 illegal migrants. 150,000. Hit the like button as you come in. $150,000 bill.
Policy is working on finalizing its top annual report and hope to have that published in short order. What's it take 3 years?
What's the purpose? Are they trying to replace blacks? That's what it looked like to me. Because I know over here where I'm at, man, they all over the place. They all over the place. You know? Only thing we can do is work. Because guess what? I know one thing they gonna do. They gonna work, they gonna stick together, and they gonna send money back home. You know, and that's what's going on. Them people know that them migrants gonna work. So that's why. You know, they here to replace somebody. Who are they here to replace? Who are they here to replace? That's the question. $150,000 that they're giving them out there in California, how they're giving them the migrants. Thank you for coming in. Hit that like button. We finna talk about it tonight. We finna talk about it. About these migrants, man. They all over the place. I know they out here in Houston. But what should we do about it? What should we do? I'm gonna tell you what you should be doing. I'm finna tell you right now. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm finna let you know what we should be doing. Because one thing, they already know blacks don't stick together. They do. You know what I'm saying? They stick together. They stick together. Not only do they know that, but the powers that be in America, they know it too. The people gonna come over here, well, they already here. They working for a little bit of nothing. Well, we already know blacks gonna complain. Blacks not gonna come over here and do the work that they do. They not gonna, you know, we ain't gonna do it. We gonna complain. We're gonna talk crazy to the people. But shoot, the migrants, they not finna do that. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, them people work together. They don't mind 4 or 5 families, you know what I'm saying, being in a 1-bedroom apartment. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind washing clothes with their hands. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind. Because guess what? They in America for one reason, and that's to make money. That's really all, that's really, to be honest with you, that's all this country is for, bro. Is to make money. This is the block. America, all this is the block. Your job should be to make as much money as you can, save as much money as you can, and send it back home, wherever it might be. Because guess what? The migrants gonna do that. They gonna do it. That's why they invested all this money into them. You know what I'm saying? They invested not only for votes. That's another reason why they invested all this money into the migrants. They're basically paying for their votes. But they also know they're gonna go to work, they're gonna pay their taxes, and they ain't gonna complain. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that we can do, guess what? They need housing. You know what I'm saying? The migrants need housing. You know, hit the like button. Let's see how many people can get off up here to hear this message. Let's see. I'm finna be quiet a little bit till some more people come in. But yeah, they need housing. You know what I'm saying? They need housing. Next thing you know, what's gonna happen if things keep going the way they're going? They're going to be invested in real estate. They're gonna be renting us. You know what I'm saying? The houses. They're gonna be supplying shelter. Because one thing about them, if it's 8 of them in the house, in an apartment, all of them put in $2,000-$3,000 a piece. They can go buy one of them cheap houses and fix them up and rent it out. They will do that. We already seen the Mexicans do it. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that I'm just gonna say it, Black Americans don't like to work. We think we know it all. You know what I'm saying? And we don't like to work, and we don't like nobody to tell us nothing. And then some of us who end up thinking we making it, right? We all know people like that. We got a lot of people like that in our hood and in our families. Once they make a little bit of money, they start down talking to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That's the real thing about us. That's why as a community, we will never have nothing. And by now, everybody know it. The word been out, you know what I'm saying, since the 80s and the 90s. You know what I'm saying? But what really hurt us is when they put that crack in the street. When they brought that crack cocaine out here, man, guess what it did? It messed up everybody. That crack cocaine was something else, man. It messed up generations after generations after generations. Now we seeing the feedback facts. Appreciate you. But yeah, now we see from that crack in the 80s and the 90s, now we seeing right now what it has done. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? The migrants, I was raised around a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And one thing they don't really like Black Americans at all, to be honest with you. And it don't mean that they don't like you as a person, but they sit here and see how we treat one another. They sit back and they watch how we treat one another, and they like, shoot, if them brothers would treat each other like that, I know they ain't gonna care about me. You know what I'm saying? So they here really to take our spot. And they doing it. So I'm telling everybody right now, the best thing to do is to stack your money, you know what I'm saying, and realize this, hey, they need housing. You better try to get your family together, but that's another thing. You got to get your family together on the same page. That's the only way. Families got to come together. Homeboys got to come together. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being messy, you know what I'm saying, and talk about the next person, you need to be trying to come together as a whole and make an investment in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of people talking about the migrants. The migrants getting all this money. The migrants doing all this. But guess what? If we came together as a whole, they need housing. They need housing. They need a place to stay. Because we already know they're going to let them in here and they're going to give them everything they need. So guess what? Why not have a house? And if you'll say, well, God, I can't afford it. But if instead of being on the internet or gossiping about somebody else, worried about the wrong things, you and a couple of your homeboys or whoever could come together, we could come together and buy the house over here. And buy the house and fix it up and rent it out. And not only rent it out, because we already know the government is going to pay. The government is going to pay their way, right? Put it on housing. You know what I'm saying? See, we got to start thinking a little bit differently, bro. Because yes, while we worrying about who's going to be the president, who's going to be the president, who's going to win, nah, that's not what we need to be worried about. We need to be worried about wealth. What can I do to progress my family, to put my family in the lead as a collective? You know what I'm saying? That's our biggest fault, bro. Nobody wants to come together. And the people that got money, you know what I'm saying, so-called got money, they could have, let's say like for instance, how we are. We could have 20,000, right? And we'll swear to God that's a whole lot of money, man. Think about it. I know a lot of people that have 10,000, 15,000, but not even that much. They show a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Then that's another thing we got a problem with. We keep all our money on us. You know what I'm saying? 10 ball. Oh, I got a 10 ball. Put it all up to your ear. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. For the internet. We moving wrong, bro. We moving wrong. Instead of worrying about the migrants coming here, we need to be learning from them, watching their moves. You know what I'm saying? They taking the jobs. They building wealth. They getting free money. Because the country feel like, well, okay. The country feel like, well, okay, I'm invested in these people. See, it's a system. That's one thing we got to learn about America. America is a system. And the system is not designed for Black Americans because they already got an idea on how we think. They already know we don't come together. They already know that. They already know we jealous and envy each other. And the person who think they got a little money, all of a sudden they think they richer than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? The person that dressed the flies, got the flies caught. Everybody think, you know what I'm saying, he think he better than everybody else. But see, that's the thing about other people. That's the thing about other cultures. They don't act like that. That's why they don't fuck with us unless they can get some money out of us. That's why. And if you ever been around them, and if you know them, see, I was raised around them, right? I was raised around them, so I know how they think about us. That's how America. Everybody else think about us the same way as the system of America do, bro. Every culture think of us the same way. We really don't fuck with them, but they spend money. We're gonna get money out of them. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm about to go in because all we talk about is the migrants, man. That's all we talk about is the migrants. The migrants coming over here illegal. Don't you know it's a system? It's a system. America is the system. That's exactly what it is. America is the system. And the system is not designed, like and subscribe. Thank you, Don Julio. What's happening? The system is not designed for Black Americans to win. It's not. It's not designed. It's not designed for that. And majority, we really don't have the mindset for it. See, they do. That's why we got to start thinking like them. We got to start thinking like them. We got to start thinking like how they think. We got to watch them. We got to watch how they move and watch how they do things. They move in a certain type of way and they move it together. Ain't no, I got more money than you. Ain't none of that with them. I got more money than you. I'ma step on you. I'ma act like I'm rich. I'm hood rich. You a bozo. You a clown. They don't act like that. They take care of their people. They make sure their people are straight. And they together. They don't mind, like I said, they don't mind being in a 1-bedroom apartment. Like I always say, stay down till you come up. They don't mind doing that. They don't mind splitting the bill with 4 or 5 different families, all with a common goal. Put all the money in one pot, dress regular. They'll do this for decades and decades and decades and decades. At the same time, they send money home. Well, look, man, they took them, you know how we talk, man. They took our home for it. We ain't got no home. They don't want to do this. They don't want to give us nothing. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. But if we was together, we'll have somewhere to send it to. We'll have somewhere to send it to. But it's so disruptive. I remember it was a time that we owned stuff in the hood. Like the stores you go to now, you know what I'm saying? In your own hood, it's stores. You don't see nobody black in the stores selling stuff out the store. I remember I'm not that old, but I remember when it was a time where black people owned the store. Black people owned the laundromat. Black people owned the corner store. Black people owned the restaurant. The people who owned the restaurant knew your mama, knew your grandma, knew your grandpa, knew you from when you was born. It was a community. It was good. And everything was going right. But they know us. All we gotta do is throw something in there, you know what I'm saying, to disrupt everything. Crack cocaine. They threw crack cocaine in there and messed everything up. But I tell y'all this, it's hope. One thing I do know, it's more blacks investing than ever before. And they know this, you know what I'm saying? Because they know the numbers, bro. They know that black people are starting to be investors more, invest in the stock market, buying in the real estate, because a lot of things that's going on the internet is being pushed out more. Invest Fest. Shout out to EYL and all them brothers and Wall Street Travel. They is pushing it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are starting to really invest. And they know that, right? So guess what's gonna happen? They gonna throw a monkey wrench. And they trying to do it. They trying to throw a monkey wrench. Just go check the numbers as far as black investors. More blacks are invested in the stock market than ever before. More black investors are buying real estate more than ever before. So what they doing, they throwing more of this mess and this gossip what's going on with this rap. You know what I'm saying? The girls and the dudes. They throwing it out there. You know what I'm saying? They know that everybody live on the internet. So they're trying to block the youngsters, you know what I'm saying, for really trying to learn. And then another thing about our community, we disrespect the older guys. It's a lot of that. A lot of disrespecting of the older guys. Which really you should be learning from the older guys. But we don't do that. And what that does is that creates more separation. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It creates more separation. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that naturally we don't stick together. That's our biggest threat. We are their biggest threat. If we stick together, ain't no stopping. Ain't no stopping. That's why we got to realize, come back down to reality and start sticking together and start listening and start watching and paying attention and start learning. Because we don't listen. Majority of us don't want to hear nothing, especially if we think we fly, we think this and we think that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to listen. It'll start off with a great conversation. Even if you look, even on the internet, you know what I'm saying? How they got it programmed, right? It could be a good conversation. But guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna be an argument. You know what I'm saying? Because the algorithm is negativity. I hope y'all listening. The algorithm is negativity. It's plant like that. But guess what? You don't see Joe Rogan. If you listen to other cultures of content creators or whatever on YouTube, you don't see them, or Instagram or whatever. You don't see them going at each other. You don't see that. Not at all. But when it comes to us, like my videos that I try to preach about the stock market and day trade and stock trade, I don't get no videos on, I don't get no views on those videos. They don't push those videos. But let me talk about what's going on with the rap news. Let me talk about something negative about rap. Guess what? I'm gonna get more views because the algorithm is negativity. They want blacks to collide, bro. They want to keep the arguing and bickering. Because once we argue and bicker, we're not paying attention to what's going on. Half the people don't even know what's going on with these migrants, man. Half the people don't even know. Especially in the hood. And if you bring it up, or it go in one hand out the other, they're not really paying attention to what's really going on. That's why I decided to really push my YouTube channel. Because I'm going to talk about what's going on. Because I'm out here and I'm aware. And once, that's another thing. That's another thing. Once you start investing, whether it be the stock market, whether it be houses, you know, if you and your family can come together, 6, 7 of y'all go in and buy a house that we can rent out, right? Or collectively, you know what I'm saying? Y'all start buying stocks together or whatever. Then you start looking at stuff differently. Then you start paying attention. You start paying attention to politics. You really start focusing because those things matter when you are an investor. And I'm going to tell you, everybody on here right now, you need to be investing, bro, especially right now. You need to be investing. It's written all over your face. You need to be investing. And if you can't right now, you need to put yourself in position to invest. And you got to get with like-minded people. And if they not like-minded, you got to let them go. You got to cut them short. And that's the problem. That's the core problem. It's hard to find anybody in this community, in the hood, that's like-minded like that. That can say, and if they are like-minded, they're going to think they know more than you. Right? That's what we do. We think we know more than somebody else. And if somebody else do know more than you, then we got egos. We really don't want to try to hear what they got to say. That's the problem. We think we know it all, bro. And that's the difference between us and them. That's the difference. And guess what? They know it already. That's why they don't give a damn about us. That's why what's going on lately, people wondering why they put people in jail and then let them out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a setup. What they gonna do? It's just like a job, right? I'm gonna use this analogy. People that'll work 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and then they don't work, and then that's not really valuable to the system. The system wants you working right on your 9 to 5. They want you working. They want you working. They don't want you owning stocks. They don't want you owning real estate. They don't want you to do that. They want you to continue working, right? But then they don't want you to work 6 months, then not work, then work, then not work. They don't want them type of people. Just like now, it's 2024. What I'm noticing, they doing that with the criminal system. They don't want nobody that's gonna go to jail for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then you get out. Because they making money, you know what I'm saying? More money with the prison system. So yeah, what they want now, they want long-term prisoners. Prison is a big business. Big companies own stocks in prison. Prison stocks, man. Like cattle. You know what I'm saying? So what they want, they don't, this is like working. They want somebody in jail for a minute. Because if a person just in jail 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year, guess what? They ain't making that much money than they would be if you got a life sentence. Okay, we're gonna keep on letting you get in, get out, make bond or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Keep catching these cases, but eventually what? We're gonna throw you up under the bus and give you the long ride. You see what I'm saying? If you got a 20 or 25 year sentence, that's 25 years of straight income. That's the plan they got for Black Americans, bro. Either that or put you and put you in America's way of putting you in a concentration camp, aka housing. That's the plan. That's the plan to keep you in one position. That's the America's way of putting Black Americans in a concentration camp. The American way. That's their plan. Because they know that these migrants, they gonna come over, you know what I'm saying? They gonna come over. I don't like calling them migrants, you know what I'm saying? But that's what they call them these days. But the people that come from overseas, they gonna come over here and they gonna work. They gonna pay their taxes, they gonna work for a little bit of nothing. They ain't gonna do no complaining. They gonna dig that ditch. They gonna build my house for a little bit of nothing. And they ain't gonna complain. They gonna do my, if I need a new sewer line, they gonna do my sewer line for $400-500. Ain't gonna do it perfectly. Yeah, and they ain't gonna complain. It's called cheap labor. They gonna come over here and do that. And they gonna pay their taxes. They gonna go to the restaurants. Yeah. That's what they're gonna do. That's the plan. It's to replace Black America. And I truly believe that. That's their plan. And their plan for Black America is to keep us in jail or on housing. AKA America's way of putting you in a concentration camp. Because they say, this is what they tell you. I'm going to give you this free housing. If you got kids, the man can't be there. We're going to be your daddy. You can't work. And if you do work, and if you make this certain amount of money, we're going to raise your rent. I know females that have not taken the job because they're afraid that they're going to lose their house. Just think about that. And they'll sit here and work for minimum wage or work 10 hours. They only going to work enough to make some money so their rent won't go up. That's America's way of putting you in a concentration camp. Straight up. When I was coming up, when I was young, 10, it wasn't that many people on housing. It wasn't that many people on food stamps. You got joked. When I was a kid, you got joked. You got talked about if you pulled out, where it wasn't a card, it was actual paper. If you had a food stamp pamphlet, you got talked about when I was coming up. Because that many people didn't have it. Now everybody has it. And it's designed that way to keep you down. But yeah, the migrants, they gonna get it and eat it up because they know that these people gonna really work. They really gonna work. I'm telling you, I know I done been around them. I was raised around them. They come and take our spots, bro. That's what they coming to do. Next thing you know, they're gonna be invested in the stock market. They gonna be, yeah, you're gonna fool around and you're gonna be renting from a migrant. Straight up. You're gonna look up and the migrant gonna be your landlord. For real. It's probably already happening. You're gonna look up and a migrant gonna be your landlord. I'm quite sure it's stipulation. Then they say, well, okay, Harris them say, trying to tell us that they gonna give you $25,000 to buy your first home, right? Of course, there's gonna be stipulations. You ain't gonna be able to rent it out. You ain't gonna be able to put it on housing. You gonna have to stay in it. You ain't gonna be able to do what you want to do in that house. People are like, oh man, I can't wait. I want that 25,000. You ain't all you're gonna be able to do. You just gonna be like you renting. You know what I'm saying? But then it's gonna be different than renting because you gonna still have all the all the stuff you have to do to maintain a home. So how is that a benefit? That don't make any sense to me. You gonna give me 25,000, but it's stipulations. I know it's gonna be a stipulation that you can't rent it out. I know that for a fact. It's gonna be stipulations in that bill. If they give, I don't want it because I can't do what I want to do with it. I can't rent it out. I'd rather stack up my own money and buy the same house and do whatever I want to do with it. See, they think they slick, bro. They think they slick. A lot of people and then the note gonna be so high. Eventually, it's gonna be like 2008 when they was giving people all that money for houses, and then when it really kicked in, you had to end up paying more, and then the whole housing bubble, the whole housing market just demolished, and then people like me and other people come in and buy the houses for a penny on the dollar, and then rent it out, fix it up a little bit, get one of the migrants who I'm talking about right now. Get one of them to fix it up or rent it out the way it is and then hold on to it for about 4, 5, 6, 7 years, then dump it for profits and get out the way. That's what we need to be doing. I'm telling y'all right now, you coming in here and leaving, you missing real game. Because I'm telling you the blueprint right now, stay out the clubs. Stay out of the clubs, number one. Stop spending all that money on designer clothes. Stop buying them $800, $900 iPhones. Stay on your job. I don't care what it is. Stop complaining on the job. Work with a goal. While you working on that goal, find something that you love to do. A side thing. While you playing. Why y'all be talking bad about these? That's another thing. These migrants taking all the jobs and they taking all the DoorDash and Uber jobs and Amazon Flex and all that. They driving and making money. And what they doing, they working together, right? That's the thing about it. They working together. They can take, if it's 6 of them, right? Because they moving packs. It's no less than 2 of them. It's at least 6 to 10. Of them working together. I'm telling you the game of what they do. Not just them, but just people overseas in general. They work together. 6 to 10 of them. Right? All of them get a DoorDash account. All 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? And then the government already, I'm telling you the play. The government already giving them money, right? They're giving them money and they're giving them resources. So you know what they do? They take that money, they put that money together and go buy a cheap Honda, right? They go buy the cheap Honda and they all work the same car and they all got a DoorDash account, 6 of them, and work their car. Just think about it. And then all the money go in one bank account. Think about that. This is what they are doing. I'm in Houston. I'm telling you what the migrants are doing. They are working DoorDash and Uber and Amazon. 6 of them in one house. 6 of them, they all got separate DoorDash accounts. It could be 6 of them. If you order DoorDash, I'm quite sure you done had somebody drop off your food that don't know English. That's them, right? So what they do is 6 of them. They all work together. They all stay in the same house that the government is giving to them. They don't pay no rent. They don't buy no food because they're giving them, they're giving them a roof over their head and they're giving them food stamps. And they give them the money. They take the money and put it together and buy a good Honda Accord. And then they open up DoorDash accounts, all 6 of them. And then the bank, and then all 6 accounts. People, what I'm saying? All 6 accounts is hooked up to one bank account. Peep the play. All 6 DoorDash accounts hooked up to one bank account. And it's one car, and all of them working the car 24/7 around the clock. I'm telling you what's going on. And they getting rich. They, like I say, they stacking money and they acting broke. That's what's going on right now. I'm telling you. And guess what? They're not arguing with one another like we do. They're not thinking that one person's better than the other like we do. They're not dressing all fly. They're not going to the clubs. They're not doing none of that. They working those DoorDash accounts, and they got all the money going into one bank account. Just think about that for a second. And they working the car 24/7. They don't give a damn if what's so cold about it. Those Honda Accords and those Nissans, those cars run forever. So if it's 6 of us, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, that's 12,000. For 12 to 15,000, you can get a good, you can go to a Honda dealer, you can go to a Nissan dealer and get basically a brand new small car for 14 to 15,000, still under warranty, and run it. They can run it till the wheels fall off, because guess what? They got 6 different accounts going in one bank account. Just think about it. Just do the numbers. You know how much money they making? And then they not spending none of the money, because they ain't got no habits. They ain't got to go to the club. They ain't got to go out to eat. They ain't got to live like the Joneses. And then, you know what they doing? They building and sending the money back home, and they sending more people. Now they get the next people to come over here. I'm not now, okay, that 6 people that I just told you about, now they balling, right? They do that for 3 months, they sitting on 50 to 60,000, or probably more than that, be honest with you. If they running that car 24 hours a day, and it's 6 of them, and all the money is going into one bank account, and we ain't spending no money. They giving us money for food, they're giving us money for housing, we ain't gotta do nothing but run this car. And that's what they doing. They run that car. If each person and they run it in 24 hours a day. They making about 1,000 a day, straight up. Square business. And then you know what they do? They send for more people to come. So now it ain't 6 no more. Now it's 12. Now the other 6, we give them the game. You know what I'm saying? Just look at some of the pictures. Research and look at some of the pictures on how they look before they even get here. They look better than me and you. They don't look like they really went through any no rough terrain or nothing to get over here. Because I was raised around, Mexicans and people from overseas coming across the border. I was raised around. I know what it looks like when they come over here, right? Back in the days, back in the 90s, in the mid 90s. I knew what they looked like. It was hard for them to get over here back then because they had to swim. They had to swim over here back then. Now, before they even get here, they got polo on, John, they dress them up good before they get here. They give them a debit card. They give them everything before they get here because they know they're going to come over here and work. And what they're doing is they're coming over here with the money that they give them. They buying Honda Accords and cheap, good cars that don't burn no gas. And they putting all the money in one bank account coming up and then sending back for more. The other people that come, they give them the game on how to get over here, what to do. They give them the ins and outs. You know what I'm saying? Helping their people, something that we don't do. If we get a lick like that and a come up like that, tell me if I'm wrong. If we get a lick, right? First thing we're gonna do, we ain't gonna tell nobody. We're gonna try to keep it to ourselves because we scared that somebody else gonna make more money than us. See, they don't. Thank you for hitting that like button. See, they don't act like that, bro. That 6 that just done made 100,000 with the DoorDash that I was just telling you all about what they doing, they go tell the other 6 or whoever many to come over. It's at least 6. I'm telling you that right now. So the other 6 will come and go through the process, meet up with the other 6. See, it's all. And then another thing it is, I don't know if you heard this terminology before. If you, by my age, you heard this terminology before. Terror cells. That's, I'm not saying all of them is like that, but there are also terror cells. A terrorist coming over here too, man. Coming over here getting that money. But they'll do, back to the story, another 6 will come. We're going to give them the game. We're going to, all the loopholes on how to get over here and what to do. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, how can they get some work? They really can't get no work, so what they'll do, they open a DoorDash account. I'm telling you, I'm giving you game on what they're doing. They'll open a DoorDash account or Amazon account and start delivering packages. They do that too. And so the other 6, they got their apartment. Now it ain't 6 no more, now it's 12, right? So the other 6, you know what I'm saying? Now they doing the same thing as the first 6. Like I told you, they opened up 6 different DoorDash accounts and 6 different Amazon accounts. All the money going into one bank account, and they repeat the process. And they repeat the process. Next thing you know, they're gonna be invested in trucks. That's the next thing. After they do that, they're gonna upgrade. Now we doing 18 wheelers over a time, because they got to be here so long before they really become legit. Right now I think they push them a little bit quicker, but I know back before, you had to go through a real long process, the green card and all this shit to become a real U.S. citizen. It took multiple years, 2 to 5 years. If you're doing everything right, it takes 2 to 5 years. You have to go through immigration and have to go through a lengthy process, and they got to interview you and interview your family and all this. And you have to have everything legitly by paper. You know what I'm saying? To be able to become a regular U.S. citizen. Now, man, that process is happening before they even get here. Also for votes. You know what I'm saying? So this message right here is to tell y'all, right? You can't look at, like what I just said, you can't look at that. What you need to be doing is planning. What is my plan gonna be? I can't worry about what they doing, but I know they winning. I gotta try to copy the blueprint. Get in where you fit in. Especially if you're struggling, you know what I'm saying? If you're struggling and you're working from job to job, stuff like that, and you complaining, or they getting all this and I ain't getting nothing. First thing you gotta do, you gotta stop complaining. Because they not complaining and get to work. You know what I'm saying? You basically gotta be like them. And guess what? You gotta have a group of people that's on the same page as you. Which in this community is gonna be hard to do, I'm gonna be honest. But if they ain't, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. That's the blueprint. Cutting people off, man. That's the blueprint. You gotta cut them off. Because guess what? Let's say I'm building, right? I'm building and I'm working to a goal. Let's say I'm gonna use truck driving because I am a retired truck driver. Let's say I want to start truck driving and I start, right? But then I'm hanging around these other group of people. They want to drink every day. They want to smoke every day. You know, they 40 years old and want to hang around 20-year-olds. You know, basically stuff that we do. They want to go to the club every night. You know what I'm saying? They want to pop bottles every weekend. You know, you got to separate yourself from that. You got to have a conversation. You got to have a conversation with them. Look, bro, we got to do something different, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to come together and try to build some of this money we spending at the club buying these bottles. We need to be putting back. Put back and try to figure out what kind of investment that we could come together and with a plan. That's the first thing we got to do. And if I got more money than you, and you down here and I'm up here, or vice versa, we need to help each other, bring each other up, because that's one of the problems that we got. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure y'all know somebody that they think they rich. You know what I'm saying? They think they rich, but they just maybe a step or two above you. But swear to God, they carry themselves like they rich and act like you ain't got nothing. You know, it's like stepping on your toes because maybe you ain't progressing as fast as them. You know what I'm saying? We all know people like that. We call them high cappers where I'm from. You high capping, but you know what I'm saying? But we be so blind that we really think these dudes got bread, but they really ain't got no bread. For real. Like hood rich. But see, that's why you got to come out of that level way of thinking and take a page out of their playbook. The migrants take a page out of their playbook. If we best friends and we hang together, why can't we be getting money together? Why can't all the money be going into one pot without nobody getting jealous or somebody thinking somebody gonna steal something? Why can't we have a common understanding? You know what I'm saying? Even if you got a girl, you married, and your kids, sisters and brothers, we all want to come together for family reunions. Well, okay, we all coming together for family reunions. We need to have one bank account with money going into that one bank account to benefit us as a whole with a business plan on the end. Is you listening? That's what they doing. That's exactly what they doing. They together. They been together. That's one thing you can say about them. And you can't complain and blame it on the system of America. That's how the system is. It's been designed like that. But what you got to do is work the system. Stock Sniper, how do I work the system? I just told you. I just told you how to work the system. The blueprint is right in front of your face. Right there. Quit worrying about what's going on in the hood. Quit going to the club. Stack your money. Quit complaining to them supervisors. Quit complaining to the job. Change the image. It's going to be difficult because soon they know the difference between Black Americans and Black migrants. They know the difference. Yes, we look alike, but it's a different type of swag. It's a different type of communication. They know the difference, right? They know the difference between the two. So what you got to do is get in with the thing about that. You can get in you get in where you fit in. Change your swag. Stop hanging your pants down low. Stop, bickering and complaining. Stop communicating the way you communicate. Start being able to listen to people, especially them supervisors that's on the job. And if you don't like the way they treat you, okay, this is what you do. If you don't like the way somebody treating you on a job, this is what you do. You stay down until you come up. In other words, you keep working for that job until you find another one. You don't quit. Oh, I don't like this. I quit. And just quit. That's what we do. We'll quit in the heartbeat. And then go to the next job. I wish I could show y'all right now the debt clock. The debt clock is what each American citizen, each kid comes with whenever you're born. You born in debt automatically with your social security number. You're automatically born in debt when you come into this world. If I was on StreamYard, I can be able to pull it up right now and show it. You automatically in debt when you are born, bro. Straight up. America's in so much debt. America's in so much debt. And that debt is not America's debt. That debt is divided amongst our kids, our grandkids. our offspring. Your grandkids, if you ain't got no kids or no grandkids, they are already in debt before they even born. Is you listen to what I'm telling you? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out that world debt clock. It shows how much, what companies are in debt, what companies are. America is the country that is in the most debt. And then it has a section where each kid is born with a certain amount of debt. Last time I looked at it, every kid that is born with $2,500 debt. I haven't looked at it in a couple of. I have not looked at that debt chart in a couple of years. I'm quite sure it's more than that by now. But every kid, my kids, your grandkids, your kids, is already in debt, bro. It's already in debt. And it's rising. That's why it's very important. If you don't listen to nothing that I'm telling you, it's very important that you have another stream of income that are investments. You can't be working like an ant, just working. And that's what they don't want Black Americans to do. I'm telling y'all right now. They want to keep us watching Sexy Red. They want to keep us watching King Von, and rest in peace to King Von. They want to keep watching. They want us to keep listening to these rappers. That's why they putting them in front of us. That's why they doing that. We're putting it in front of the kids. You know what I'm saying? They put their favorite rappers. They doing it in politics. When I was young, the leaders of the community, that's good you don't do rap. You're in a great position, Carlos David. But listen to what I'm saying. The politicians, when I was younger, in the 90s, the leaders of the community were pastors, right? They used the pastors to get the vote of the blacks. Now, they're using the rappers. They're using your favorite rapper. Them rappers don't know nothing about no politics. And they're giving them money to get in front of you. That convention where Megan Thee Stallion, that used to work at the strip club, yeah, stripper. I'm from Houston. I know what's up. Shout out to V-Live, H-Town. But yeah, they paid her a lot of money to come up there and do that. Carlos Davis, they said Jesus was white and he is not after that. They can't tell me nothing. That's not what this conversation is about. I love the Lord, he heard my cry, all this by and by. Yeah, I understand all that. But that is not what this is about. This channel is free speech, but I want to stay on this topic. I want to talk about these migrants coming over here and they blueprint to make them and their family wealthy. That's what the conversation is about. Can you add on to that? But yeah, but that's what's going on. So what we got to do, what I'm encouraging you to do, you ain't even got to be black. You could be whatever. But if you work in one job, you should be investing, because they want to keep you working like an ant. Like work. They want to keep you like that. That's the definition of freedom. The definition of freedom is not what they tell you. The definition of freedom is to be able to work when you want to work, not work when you want to work, be able to do whatever it is that you choose to do. And what you choose to do is probably not what I choose to do. You see what I'm saying? And it's not about how much money. Everybody's income level is different. Your price of freedom is different than mine. Joe Blow's price of freedom is different. Charles' price of freedom is different, depending on you and your family and your likes and dislikes. But the ultimate thing is they don't want us as investors, especially Black Americans. They do not want us investing. They don't want us investing in the stock market. They don't want us buying these cheap houses. You seen what they did with GameStop. If you know anything about, everybody heard about that. You see what they did with GameStop when everybody was making a whole lot of money. New investors, mostly black investors. And guess what? They shut the thing down. They stopped trading, bro, and tanked it. That's what happened. They don't want the workers investing. They don't want us to know about the stock market. They don't want us to know the stock market is the new block. I'm telling you that right now. The stock market is the new block. Owning real estate is owning real estate is the new block. Everybody always talking about my block, my hood, this, and that, and the third, but don't nobody own a piece of nothing. And then when you do own something, see, that's another thing. When you do own multiple properties in your neighborhood, when you buy back the block, as they used to say in 2020, when you buy back your block, the block that you done hustled on, the block you was raised at, the block where you gave Joe Blow a hot dog or taco or something. When you go back to buy that block and you buy multiple properties, it be people within your own community, your own peers, hating on you. And they'll kill you like they did Nipsey Hussle. They'll Nipsey Hussle you. Straight up. Jealousy and envy. That's the thing we got to cut out of this. You got to get, everybody has to get that out of their system. Jealousy, envy, don't want to listen. Can't nobody tell you nothing. If somebody knows something more than you, you don't want to listen to what they got to say. You think you know it all. You think you got more money than everybody else. You want to keep the connect to yourself. There's more money out here for everybody. Give back America, right. But you got to take it. They ain't going to give you nothing. You got to take it. You see what the migrants are doing? They coming over here and taking it. They taking it. Straight up. And they not playing no games. And they bunched up together. Because they understand that they're stronger together than separate. This was all planned. It's been planned. It's the system. It's a whole system. That's why you got to understand the system. Like people from overseas, you know what I'm saying? They understand the system. They understand how it works. They don't care. They don't care about no Democrat or Republican. They don't care about that. They care about making money. They'll come and you know what I'm saying? They'll come straight up. And what they doing, I forgot about this. All that food, let me tell you what they doing. Like I already gave, this the second play. The first play, hit the like button. I'm finna tell you the second play. The first play was the DoorDash thing with the 6 families, with the 6 people, all the money going into one bank account. That's how they are overseas. You Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? I hate calling them migrants because I love the way they do things. Mexicans, Nicaraguans, Africans, wherever you want to go, Chinese, Japanese, wherever country you want to go to, a continent, and each one of them, they all work the same way. The only people that don't work the same way, we look waiting for a handout, is Black Americans. Them people will be on the corner, selling tacos, selling hats, selling shirts. They got an unbelievable hustle because there's no Medicaid over there. There's no food stamps over there. So guess what they got to do? They got to get out and get it. You know what I'm saying? They'll have the ragless table, but they might have t-shirts, socks. It could be hand-me-down stuff, but they have a product for sale at all times. They gonna get their hustle on, and then it might be one at this one table, then another one at this other table, then another one at another table. But at the same time, you think that there's different people. This person selling hot dogs, this person selling t-shirts, this person selling something else or whatever. Everybody's selling something different, but guess what? It's all going into the same pot. This dude might be on the other side, way down here, But if you really watch them, I watch them because I was raised with them. At the end of the day, they all huddle up and put it all together into one pot. Ain't no jealousy. Ain't no he done made more money than me. He done made more. He ain't made no money. Ain't none of that. They put it all in one pot. Hit the like button. Well, this is play number 2. Play number 1 was the DoorDash. The 6 people, at least 6, all got DoorDash accounts with one bank account. That's the first play. The second play is they get all the food stamps, right? Everybody get food stamps. We already heard about the numbers. Well, I don't know if you didn't heard, but they get $3,000-$4,000 a month food stamps, every last one of them. The second play, the first play was DoorDash, right? Think about this. We all, well, I don't because I'm a vegan, but we all see this all over. I know I see it all over my city, and you probably do too. If you notice, it's a lot of food trucks around, right? This is another thing that they doing. They not buying their food. They taking all them food stamps, right? And they investing it. They taking them food stamps and they buying food and they cooking it and they selling it out the food trucks. Make a comment and let me know, did you ever think about that? They are taking those food stamps and flipping them. You know, we, Black Americans, we know what we do with our food stamps. We sell them 2 for 1. You know, if somebody got food stamps, $500 worth, they want $250 for the food stamps. That's how we work in Black America. They don't work like that. You know what they do? They take them food stamps and they're gonna buy $500 worth of food, and they're gonna sell tacos, they're gonna sell burritos, and they're gonna do all this here, and they're gonna flip them food stamps. That's play number 2. That's what they do. I never sell my stamps. Well, that's what they do. They take them food stamps, and that's what they do. They take them food stamps and they sell them. They take them, buy a whole bunch of fajitas, a whole bunch of chicken, a whole bunch of pork, mostly pork because it's cheap, and they chop it all up and they sell it in the burritos, and they sell the burritos for $10 a burrito. All off food stamps, and come up. And each one of them get $3,000 to $5,000 worth of food stamps every single month, and they all work the same. They all work the same food truck that they done bought. Them food trucks is cheap, but they know how to do their own labor. Them food trucks look good when you see them on side the road. They done their own work to them, right? And they done paid $3,000 for the truck, and use all the food stamps to finance and turn that food stamp, that $500 worth of food stamps. Guess how much money they're gonna make off the $500 worth of food stamps? $3,000-$4,000. That's how much. $3,000-$4,000. Because if you ever bought a burrito from the burrito stand, they sell tacos now. Tacos used to be 99 cents. They sell a regular taco for $2.50. Hardly no meat. Mostly they charge you for cheese now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm lying. If you go buy a taco at the taco truck, they are charging you for cheese now. 50 cents a slice. Yeah, they charging now. So a 99-cent taco now is $3.50 if you like cheese. Or do you want avocados on there? And the most stuff you want on there, the less meat you gonna get. Yeah, they taking that $500 worth of stamps and making $3,000-$4,000. And then they buy the sodas. I sat and watched them one time. They went in the Fiesta. It was an event, you know what I'm saying? A soccer event. It was Mexico versus Jamaica, a soccer event, right? Out here in Houston. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Well, they was hustling. They were selling hot dogs, water. I seen one family go inside a Fiesta, buy water, buy beer, but mostly water and sodas with the food stamp card, come outside, put set it all up at the table on the side of the road over there, and selling that bottle of water for $3, selling the soda for $3, making a killing. Sold all that, went back into the store, which is walking distance from where they was posted up at over here by NRG Stadium, and went into Fiesta and got some more and came back out there and hit the block. I sat and watched them sell out hot dogs, go back inside the store with food stamps, buy some more hot dogs, come back outside and sell them. Selling the hot dogs for $10 a pop. Straight up. If they didn't sell it all, guess what they did with the rest of the food? Took it home to eat. See, that's one thing about them. They got the they have the hustle and struggle, stay down to our come up mentality. If we had and togetherness more than anything that they are together. Because if I got hot dogs, if I got 30 hot dogs, you got 30 hot dogs, you on the other corner. This other person, our cousin, got 30 hot dogs on the other corner. Well, I might sell all my hot dogs. This other person might sell 10. The other person, the other corner might not sell none. But guess what? We're going to bust it all down. Split, we're going to bust it all down and we're going to put it all in one pot. Whatever's made, this person could not have sold not one hot dog. But guess what? We together. We together, so guess what? All the money going to one pot. That's how they win it. And they pass, not only that, they pass that way of thinking and way of operating down to their kids, down to their grandkids, to their uncles, to their cousins. And it just goes down from one generation to the next. And guess what? If you don't fit into that every culture is like this. And if you don't fit into that program, onto what the family structure is, we're going to cut your ass off. Another example of that is Donald Trump. His daddy built that real estate business, which at the time, the real estate business that Donald Trump inherited, because he was the one that showed the father that he was the one that could really run this. Not only run it, but be an influence to everybody else in the family. You know what I'm saying? And he took that $1 million real estate operation that his dad had. I'm talking about Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? We can say whatever we want to say about that, man. We can say that, because I don't like a lot of his ways either, but one thing you got to be good at, y'all, 6 of y'all that's listening, what you got to be good at, you got to be good at not listening to the bullshit and focus on the prize. Like Donald Trump, this dude took $1 million real estate portfolio that was handed down to him through his family and built it to billions. And guess how they operate? If you down with the family, you have to be inside of the operation on what's going on from up to down. And if you are not, listen, if you are not in with the program of the family structure, he gonna cut your ass loose. That's why you got his niece, and I think another one is I know his niece for sure, and another family member coming to these different networks trying to down talk him because they got cut out of the family structure because they didn't want to do what? They didn't want to do what they were supposed to do to keep the family circle going. He cut them off. I see Trump take his respect, and right now, no respect. Why no Trump? Well, that's not the point, Carlos. That's not the point. The point is, this is the point of sticking together, a way of operating as a family, as a community. It's not about the negative parts. See, that's what's wrong with us, bro. We always worried about negativity. But I'm gonna tell you something that my grandfather, you know what I'm saying, and my daddy told me. Is you listening? He who is without sin cast the first stone. Can't be worried about that. Gotta be worried about, I'm worried about family structure and how it can be used to utilize and uplift a community and what other communities are doing and have been doing for generations and generations and generations, and why they do not really want to socialize with the black community, with black Americans, because they see how we treat each other. Yeah, they'll take our money, and they'll take our money. You know, they'll take your money. But that's all they'll do. Because they see how we treat one another. They see how we treat one another. Right? But at the same time, they know that if we ever was to come together, they already seen evidence of that. I've seen it too. In the 90s. I was young, but I seen it too. It took me a little while to really understand it because I was young. But I seen that too in the 80s and in the 90s. I seen it. But they know that we don't stick together. Right? They know that. And they use that against us. And that's what we gotta learn to do. We gotta stop talking about, we gotta stop thinking we know it all. We gotta stop thinking that that we richer than other people, you know, like if my homeboy down on his luck, and I got a good job, and because I got this little money, I think I'm better than him because I got money and he don't. In other words, the money make my image. You know what I'm saying? And people like that, you can tell when they got money and when they don't, because they act different when they got money, right? People that's making a little money. Let me rephrase that. People that feel like they done made some money, but really haven't made anything, but think that they done made a little bit of money. You can tell when they got money, and you can tell when they ain't got no money. Character is piss poor. And they think they got more money than the next person. They can have $5,000. They'll think that's a lot of money. And they'll think that you ain't got $5,000. We all know people like that. Oh, he broke. He ain't got none. Oh, he broke. You don't know what that man got. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what he got because he ain't got Jordans on, or because he ain't popping bottles in the club and he ain't going to the club every weekend, or because he ain't got a whole bunch of chains on, or because he ain't flashing no money, or that he ain't making no money because he ain't flashing no money. That's ignorant. That's ignorant. And that's our biggest problem. So what we need to do is start watching how other cultures move and start learning from them and implement a lot of things in the way they move into how we move. Especially if you live in paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you need to cut off some things. No, if you live in paycheck to paycheck, maybe you need to. If you got YouTube TV, Netflix, you smoke cigarettes every day, you smoke whatever, Black and Mild, you smoke weed every day, and you barely making it, you need to cut some things off. You need to do something different. You need to have a change in your mind. See, that's the problem right there. Leave the American culture alone. That's what's wrong. You need to be talked to. You need to be talked to. That's what's wrong. Too sensitive. Too sensitive. But then want a handout. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. They want a handout. That's not the problem. What I'm talking about is the solution. Look at other cultures. So you're looking at the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? That's your problem, not mine. Because that's what I was just talking about. Can't nobody tell you nothing. That's what I'm talking about right there. See, y'all, that's a perfect example. Can't nobody tell us nothing. I ain't said nothing wrong. I said everything is correct. Tell me it's not correct. Sometimes we gotta be accountable, man. Sometimes we gotta be accountable. And sometimes somebody gotta talk to us and tell us, okay, you've been watching for 20 years, good. Well, if you've been watching for 20 years, go tell it to somebody. Go tell it to somebody. That's what you can do. That's what's wrong now. Nobody want to call out nobody. Because then when you do call them out, you get that. You get that right there. No backbone. Somebody telling you something right and you ain't trying to listen. America's literally trying to get you to a party that never ends and is hot. What party? I'm my own party. My household. It's my party. I'm not worried about, see, that's another thing. I'm not worried about no Democrat or no Republican, because guess what? I'm gonna give me some money. I'm gonna make my investments. I'm gonna do that. I'm still gonna make my investments. And whenever they crash the stock market, I'm gonna buy some more. Whenever this housing market go down, I'm gonna buy them wholesale houses. I'm gonna sit on them. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna work every single day, when I want to, how I want to, my way. I don't care who the president is. I don't care how much they raise up. I don't care how much they raise up. If it fall, guess what? I'm loading the boat. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Don't let me pull up a stock chart right now. Do I need to go to stock class? Do I need to do that? Bye. See you later. Yeah. Do I need to go to the stock class? I will. I will do that. Cause guess what? And if it's done, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to Africa. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Africa. Hello. Hope you're getting prepared. That's all I can tell you. Get prepared. That's what this whole live is about. Get prepared. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do exactly what they're doing. I'm gonna go live in Africa somewhere. I'm gonna make my money in America, which, like I said earlier in this live, run it back. America is the block. I'm gonna make my money in America, and I'm gonna send it back home, where I'm at. So it doesn't matter to me. But I'm just telling the difference, how the migrants are and how Black Americans are. Because people are complaining about the migrants coming over and getting everything. I'm explaining it to you why they're getting everything. They're getting everything because that America, the system, obviously you ain't been here this whole life, but I'm finna rewind, I'm finna say it again. The America, the system, is trying to move Black Americans to the side. Because number one, majority of us don't want to work. And then the ones that do work don't stay on the job that long. And then the younger generation, all they want to do is be on the internet. All they want to do is listen to Sexy Red and listen to NBA Youngboy and argue and cause confusion, and can't nobody tell them nothing. They think they know it all. They complain on the job. Should I keep going? So, what I'm telling y'all is we need to see the blueprint. Need to start working together as a family. But everybody want to be the leader. It's going to be very difficult. Appreciate you for joining. Appreciate you for hitting that like button. But that's what we need to do. Start work. Go to work every day. Stay on the job. If you don't like the job, find something that you love. Put your extra energy into finding, learning what to do. Learning how to master what you love. And master it. And then other ways of avenue of become a business owner. Invest. Stay down till you come up. Teach it to your homeboys, homegirls, your cousins, your kids. Ain't no white people in heaven. Or the Bible had. So what we all experience is international, but you have a good one, young man. Did you get anything out of this? Carlos, you the one doing all the talking. Out of this conversation, tell me one thing that you learned. I don't even think you listening. You ain't listening to the message. You ain't listening. I'm starting to feel like you trying to disrupt the conversation. That's what I'm trying to feel like now, like you trying to disrupt the conversation. You ain't adding no value. You steady talking about something that really don't even matter. You keep saying you gonna leave, you gone, but you steady in here typing. Do you have to go to work in the morning? Or are you at work? You're doing too much typing to be, are you building something for you and your family? I don't understand why you even, I don't understand. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Appreciate y'all for joining this. I hope y'all learning something, because I'm trying to show, I'm trying to teach something. So if you are living paycheck to paycheck, you might not be, or you might know somebody that's living paycheck to paycheck. Share out this video. You know what I'm saying? If you somebody don't like where you work at, you know what I'm saying? Or if you know somebody that don't like where they work at or anything. You know what I'm saying? This is the message that you should be telling them. We need to cut some things back. You know what I'm saying? Get an extra job. Work DoorDash or Uber on the side. Take some of that money and invest it. Build it towards your future. Start teaching it. And whenever you prosper, start sharing it out to the world. Start a YouTube channel and start sharing it out to the world. Because we all need a little help. You know, we need to stop complaining. A lot of people complain about gas going up, about food prices high, complain this and that. Think of a solution. Play chess and think of a solution how to get out of whatever's going on. Yes, we know all these things, but that puts that's a negative thought inside your mind to continue to think about it. Complain, bigger, complain, bigger. Think of another way out. You know, whatever is going up, you know, find something to offset it. Do something to offset. Get another job. Like I said, start doing DoorDash. Get a group of people together. Hey, what's happening? Good day. Appreciate you for joining me. Get a group of people together like they doing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the household got thank you. Everybody in the household got a DoorDash account and one bank account. The whole household. This is how they moving. The whole household, everybody in the house. Everybody got a DoorDash account, one car, one bank account. We run that car 24/7. That's what they doing. Number two, they taking the food stamps and selling the food out of the food trucks. Making a killing. I'm right here in Houston where they all at. I'm watching them. Then they on the corners selling food. Hustling, like how they hustle in their countries. They doing that out here. They doing that right now. I want to, I'm probably going to do that. Going to ride down there where they at and just video it and show how they really moving. It's really like a third world country, but really they hustling. That's what they doing. And then majority of all, I move around, you know what I'm saying? And majority of all of them are working in a restaurant. Just peek this for a second. I was inside a burger joint and one of them was working in there, right? And you got to tell them the talk to text thing on the phone. That's how they communicate. And then there's one, she didn't even know what a milkshake was. Just think about that for a second. She didn't even know what a milkshake was. Didn't speak no English. She didn't speak Spanish. I don't know what language it was, but had to communicate with her from talk to text to place an order. And she had no idea what a milkshake was. Yeah, that's true. But guess what? They don't care. You know why they don't care? Because she's gonna work them hours and she ain't gonna complain. She gonna do whatever they tell her to do, and that's exactly what they gonna do. And now they got it where all of them, you know what I'm saying, speak the same language. It's not Spanish. All of them in there speak the same language. For real. That's how they work in the store, the restaurant, and they make good food. And they make good food, and you gotta order, talk to text. If you go off up in there, that's how you gotta order that's how you gotta tell them what you want. They do talk to text. And they running the store like a machine. The bathrooms are super. You ain't gonna go in there and the bathrooms ain't clean. None of that. When you come through the door, they waving at you. I'm telling you, they not playing no games. They not complaining about the pay. They not complaining about none of that. Yeah. And then if you go to barbershops, they know how to cut fades. You know what I'm saying? You got some out here in Houston. They know how to cut fades, know how to ball fade with them clippers. What else they know how to do? They know how to braid hair. For a player price, you used to go to well, out here they call it braid experts. Where you go to the braid experts and your girl get her hair done and they charge you $3-4. They charge you gotta buy the hair, then they charge you to sew it in or braid it in. $300-$400 hairdo. Well, shoot, they got the migrants over here braiding hair just as good as anybody you could think of. $100. Doing it righteous. You want to get your hair, your girl want her eyelashes done and her nails? They doing that too for a player price and making a killing. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's exactly what's going on. They got the blueprint. Yeah. So I got partners, man, my homeboy, bro, that it's just I hate to say it, man, but they don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do nothing. And I'm like, bro, but you complaining about the people. But bro, you don't want to work. You work 3 months, quit. Work 3 months, you don't like the supervisor. You work another 2-3 months, you drunk on the job. I mean, I'm already telling you what they're doing. And then the other part, the people that really don't want to work, they letting them out of jail, giving them another bond, giving them probation, giving them parole and probation at the same time. Go back to jail, get out. Go back to jail, get out. You know what I'm saying? Don't give them when you get out of jail on your own recognizance. Get out of jail for free pass, right? And we wondering why they doing that. Well, I'm telling you why they doing that. They doing that because they lining you up. They lining you up. They lining you up. They lining them up to give them football numbers because prison is a big business. They lining them up to give them big numbers to where you can sit and ride for a minute and they just collect all their money. Just like they don't want you quitting your jobs and working all these different jobs like that. America don't want that. They don't want you doing it, going to jail for 3 months and getting out. Going to jail for 6 months, getting out. Going to jail for a year and getting out. No. They want you in there so they can make their money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they want. That's exactly what's going on. Yeah. So go work. If you don't like how you get treated on the job, you don't like the pay, find something else. Work there and work on your hopes and work on your dreams. And take your little money and invest. Buy some stocks. You got an Apple phone. Buy an Apple phone. You on YouTube right now. Go buy a share, build your investment account up. Buy some shares of Google. That's who own YouTube. Buy some Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. We like ordering Amazon. Build that up, venture out. Buy a wholesale house. Go down there to the county. Buy a wholesale house. Sell some shoes. Create an extra income, an extra business on the side. And build and build and build. If you got somebody that'll do it with you, y'all work together. Everything in the one bank account and work together. Stop buying Jordans. Buy Nike shares. That's who owns Jordans, Nike. Yeah. Wear your own merch. Type, like me, I got on my own merch. Stock Sniper. That's my merch. It's mine. I've created it. Yeah. I've been on here for an hour and a half. I'm about to get ready to get off here. I rocked the show pretty good. Hope y'all learned something. Appreciate y'all for coming. You know, I enjoy the conversations. Libertech 97, appreciate you. Carlos David, if you still in here, appreciate you for joining. You the one did all the talking. Don Julio, you always come. Appreciate you. That's another thing. I say that every time I see that name. If you like Don Julio, you know, they promote the liquor. I promote the business. I promote the company. If you like Ciroc, Ciroc is owned by the same company that owned Don Julio. Go buy you a few shares of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy the alcohol. Invest in the company. Yeah, right. They want us to buy the liquor. That's what they want. That's why they promote it. You know what I'm saying? They want us to go and buy the alcohol. That's another thing. Just think about that. Diddy and all these dudes selling liquor, they telling us to buy the liquor, but not now one of them telling us, go open up a brokerage account, which is very simple. Go open up a brokerage account, right? Some simple like Webull. They ain't telling you that. Diego's, right here, that's who owns Ciroc and Don Julio. Diego's. I pressed the wrong one, but that's who owns. We got Microsoft. Yeah. They see, they don't tell us that. They don't say, look, y'all, the community. Yeah, I got Ciroc. Ooh, it tastes good. They ain't telling you to go on the stock market and buy a few shares for you and your family, and when you can pass down to your kids. They not telling you that. They telling you to go buy the liquor and alcohol so you can get drunk and destroy yourself. No. This channel, I'm gonna tell you, if you like Don Julio, you see the youngster, the youngster that's promoting killing, he put the bottle of Don Julio on his head to mock Julio, promoting the bottle to go drink it. And Ciroc to go drink it, get drunk. No, go buy a share. Go buy a share too every week. Build your stock portfolio. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So that's how we need to be thinking. You know, that's how we need to be thinking. Don't worry about the migrants. You know, they've been doing this. They've been coming over here getting what they get. It's time for us to wake up and start doing it too. And start investing. And start building businesses. Whatever, it could be the smallest, like them. They got the smallest business going, you know. But they entrepreneurs. No matter what kind of level you want to say. They might, you know, look how they look, or they present the table might be, you know, kind of broke or whatever, but they got products. They have the entrepreneurial mindset. And the way they live in their countries, they force that. See, they forced to be entrepreneurs. They are forced to create because they don't have no welfare and Medicare and food stamp. They ain't got that over there. So they got to be forced to do that. And that's what's wrong with America. They don't want us creating. You know, they don't want us to know that people that own businesses, if small businesses, get the most tax breaks. They don't want us to know that. They say they're gonna tax unrealized gains, right? Oh, we're gonna tax unrealized gains and we're gonna tax capital gains and all these taxes and taxes and taxes. Well, I figured it out. they are talking about all these taxes to scare new investors from investing. That's what they're doing. Don't let them scare you. They are trying to scare us. See, I'm in the game already. You know what I'm saying? So what they're trying to do is scare. Like I said earlier, they don't want you investing. They don't want you creating a business. They don't want you owning a home. How they gonna tax? Okay, how they gonna tax me on unrealized gains on my house that I live in? I live in a house, and okay, they say my house is worth this much, but I haven't sold it. I'm living in it, and they gonna tax me unrealized gains. That's a scare tactic, bro. See, America is good at that. See, they think they smart. You know what I'm saying? They trying to scare other people because they know everybody is being awakened because of this internet. And shout out to EYL and Wall Street Trapper, them type of boys that got big followings that's preaching investing. They don't want you investing. I'm telling you. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a secret. So otherwise, they would be teaching that in school. They don't teach nobody about the stock market in school. They don't teach you that. And they don't teach them that. They ain't teaching that in school. They probably just start to now because it's so popular. But before the internet, in the late, from the 90s to the 2000s, you had to really be plugged in to learn about the stock market. You had to really be plugged in to know what's going on with Wall Street. And then they come out with the 401k plan. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're gonna keep them as ants, but we're gonna give them a 401k plan, and we're gonna give them a match. So they ain't gonna try to educate themselves on how this stock market work. They're gonna give us the money, we gonna handle the money, we gonna invest it, and we're gonna make our money off of it because we are not gonna tell them that you can make money off the stock market if it goes up and if it goes down. We're not gonna tell them that. We're not gonna let them know that you can also make money. It's an ancient Chinese secret. We're not gonna let them know that you can make money on the stock market even if it goes down. We ain't gonna tell them that. We ain't gonna give them those gains. We only gonna give them 10%. We're gonna tell them that, well, the stock market only produces 10% on your investments per year and just give you to that 10% cap. But then, see, that's the secret. Because they control everything. That's the system. Now they know that it's been an uptick, a large of new investors. Now they're coming up with a new scam. The new scam is we gonna tell them that we're gonna start taxing them on unrealized gains. Because we hate the word tax. When somebody say tax, oh, we whoa. Yo, we whoa, tax. I don't want to pay no more taxes. So we're gonna tell them that, hey, we're gonna tax you on your house. We're gonna tax you no matter what, double tax, because we're already taxing you on the money. We're gonna tax you on your income. We're gonna tax you when you buy the house, and we're gonna tax you on the appreciation of the house. Even though you haven't sold it, we're gonna tax you on that too. That's what they're telling you to try to scare you. But see, what they don't tell you is that that's why I try to tell people as much as possible. If you work in a regular 9 to 5, you need to be, even if you ain't really profitable in your business on the side, you need to have some side business. Because guess what? What they don't tell you, as a W-2 employee, you don't get that many tax breaks, right? But as a business owner, you get to write off a lot of stuff. So even though they say unrealized gains, well, you're gonna tax me on my unrealized gains? Okay, I'm a business owner. I'm finna write off every goddamn thing. I'm finna find all kind of stuff to write off to make that tax bill say zero. That's how the wealthy get rich. That's how the wealthy become wealthy. Not paying no taxes. We already seen it with Donald Trump, making hundreds of millions of dollars a year, and only paying $1,000 a year on taxes. See, that is the benefits. That's the loophole of the tax system that they do not want you to know. And they trying to scare the uneducated about investing. Now people scared. Oh man, they're gonna double tax me and triple tax me on my investments. They're gonna double and triple tax me if I own a home. They're gonna double and triple tax me if I open up a taco shop. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna double and triple tax me if I get a 401k. You know what I'm saying? If I get an IRA, a Roth IRA, which is supposed to be tax free, they're gonna tax me on that. They saying they're gonna do all these things. But I'm here to tell you right now, it's a lie. They're trying to scare you. Build something on the side. Work that 9 to 5. Build something on the side. Find something that you know, like, and trust. Find something that you love to do. Build it on the side and teach others. So, I've been on here an hour and 46 minutes. With that being said, thank y'all for joining me. Whoever came out. If you got some good knowledge for this live, if you got anything out of it, share this live to somebody you know. If you got it all figured out, you know somebody that don't. If you like what I'm talking and want to connect, hit me up on Instagram. It's the same name, the Stock Sniper. Any question you want, I'm going to answer it over there in my DMs. Get in my DMs. If you just now joining, hit the like button. Rewatch this live. It's a powerful live. Powerful. Great information. So, with that being said, it's the Stock Sniper. I love and appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.